Welcome to the Programming Fundamentals course. This short video is intended to get you up and running with the development environment, and we'll be using Microsoft Visual Studio 2010, and we're going to be coding programs in the C++ programming language. So we're going to start by creating ourselves a first program, which traditionally is Hello World. So I'm going to open up Visual Studio, make sure I select the 2010, not the 2008. And once I've done that, I should get myself this splash screen here. So I'm going to start a new project. And I need to make sure that Visual C++ is selected over here, and also I've got the Win32 console application selected here. I'm going to give my program a name. So I'm going to call it Hello World. And I need to make sure that I save it somewhere sensible on my computer. So I'm going to save it to my USB drive. And I've created myself a Programming Fundamentals directory here, which I'm going to select. Okay. And I can leave everything else as is. And from there, select OK. And it puts up a little confirmation screen for me, telling me that I'm creating a console application. Okay, and I can just click finish with that. And this takes a moment or two, but what it goes away and does is it puts me together a basic project which will work and compile in the C++ programming language. Okay, and there we have it. I'll just move that around a little bit. Okay, so to get this to work, a couple of things. Firstly, I need to include the libraries, which will allow me to write things to the console window. And to include a library, I use the #include command. And the library I want is called IOStream. Okay, a couple of things to note there. Firstly, this red line here, under the file name, that's telling me that at the moment there's an error on the page. Okay, it's not important because we're going to fix that. The other thing is Microsoft uses something called IntelliSense, and it senses and predicts what it thinks you're going to type, and you can see in this case it's identified IOStream there. Okay, and I can just close that bracket, and once I've closed that bracket there, we'll see that my mistake and my error have disappeared. The other thing that I need to use in this case is I'm just going to tell you which namespace I'm using. So using namespace std, using namespace standard, and when I type a statement in C++, I need to end it with a semicolon. And to actually write something to the screen, I use the cout command, so cout, and I just want to write Hello World. So cout Hello World, notice I use a semicolon at the end of there, and that's great, that's working, that's a working program that will compile and run. There's just one thing we need to do, because it will run and it will terminate, and we won't actually ever see this, won't ever actually see its output, so I just need to hold the screen. And I do that with a little function called getChar, which will just wait for a key press. I'll put a comment in there, just to tell me what I'm doing. So. And I can save that. Okay, I'm going to build that now. So build, down to build Hello World. And if we go down to the bottom of the screen, with the output window here, which tells me what's going on, we need to wait for this to complete. And when it does, it'll tell me, there we go. It'll say that build 1 succeeded. So it's completed, there was no errors. And I'm going to run that now, and I run it by pressing this green arrow here next to this debug drop down. Oh, there's my program. Okay, so this line here, cout Hello World, says write Hello World to the console program. And then the window's held now because the program's just waiting for a key press before it terminates. If it didn't have that line, it would just run straight away through, and the window would execute, but it would just disappear.